I mean, I just don't know how many more times I'm gonna get away with shooting somebody in this party. It's happened like what, 3 times already?
Yeah, why do we keep you around?
Hey, did you see how much damage I did that one time? And that other time?
Yeah.
Remember the time I killed that fetus? All by
All I
myself?
really remember is you climbing trees.
This kills the fetus.
Can we join the thing?
Yes, please do. I left my fucking notebook in yonder, so I'm flying even more by the seat of my pants.
Whoa, the board is moving.
Oh, yeah, let me lock that. I thought I made the stop that.
Stop it!
I thought I made a load for this board, but I didn't, so I did it last minute. But it doesn't matter because this is all there is.
That's all there is. Ooh.
This fucking massive metropolis.
I like when I mouse over it, all it says is Valaki.
Yep, that's where you are. The town of Valaki.
You are here. Velocity.
Like, 2 main streets and like some loopies.
Valaki as far as the eye can see.
What are these black roads? Are these just like walking paths?
No, those are like little. Yeah, these are like not established roads, but still roads. They're just not as large as the main.
Sure, they're deer paths. Remember in Oblivion, in Anvil, this little like path that went out of the city?
Member?
It's like here. Do you remember?
Member
Not all
this?
of us replay that game every year.
Mhm.
It's traditional, bro.
Oh boy.
Thanks,
Oh.
Mike Schley.
Cool. Everyone good to go?
Yeah.
I
Last
think
time
so.
on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, last time on Dragon Ball Z, everybody was escorting Lady Irina to the town of Valaki. You guys had a great old jaunt about it. You stopped in. I forget if this was the last session, the session before that. You guys stopped in with some Vistani. You had your fortune read by Madame Ava. I'm pretty sure that was
That was last session.
2 sessions.
That
was last
2
session?
sessions ago.
Was
There
it?
one in between. Yeah.
Oh yeah, where Slag saw
distinctly-
himself. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. And then you guys traveled on.
I love making him insane.
You guys traveled on. You guys passed a decrepit old windmill that you guys kind of thought was sus. Almost wanted to check out, but were ultimately counseled against doing.
Bull grinder.
Oh yeah.
Irina noted that the windmill is called Old Bone Grinder among the people, and that it does not seem like a nice place. You guys traveled along. You traveled up the hill from Old Bone Grinder and met a forked path. And at the forked path to your right was, you believe, the castle where Strahd lives. And the left is the way to Valaki. You progressed up the way to Valaki. You came across a very interesting gate that opened by itself and closed by itself. And then as you guys passed through the gate, you traveled a bit more and made your way to around the bend into the woods. And upon entering the woods, a young, handsome man emerged from the woods and explained that he was under attack by wolves and needed assistance. The party provided assistance, and the young man was very handy in combat. He was ready to jump to the defense of Irina when she was under attack by wolves. And he introduced himself as Vasily. Oh, fuck, what's his name again? Vasily von Holtz was his name. Man, I missed my notes. Vasily von Holtz was his name. And he explained that he's of a noble family here in Barovia, and he was visiting the town of Valaki, and got into a bet with one of his friends in Valaki that he wouldn't last more than 3 days in the woods. He lasted 4 days, and he emerged. And he has some established presence in Valaki, and he is
Horny.
yes, he definitely liked Irina. But he seems to know the people. When he entered, he talked to the guardsman and established that he knew the guardsman well, and asked him about his family and all that. And then you guys passed through the gate. Any questions so far? Otherwise, I'll jump right back in.
Nope.
No questions.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta dump this cat outside.
Okay. Quick, RP.
Open the window.
I got nothing. I'll brainstorm.
Yeah. Think of your next RP. Ready in action for RP.
So we've got some like non-main quest stuff we gotta do while we're in an actual ass town. We have the bent silver short sword, which we need to get. Jimothy to a forge so we can fix it up, right? I need to get a woodcarver's kit so I can make arrows. And I want to use my extra leather and my leatherworking kit to put straps on Emma's shield.
Palm.
Keith's running through things the party can do.
That's all I had.
Quest. Cool. Okay.
None of it had to do with you, Troy.
Great.
Yeah. Fuck a Frederick.
Alright. So you guys get through the main gate. Vasily kind of turns about and looks at the party and he says, "Well then, I'd be happy to give you a brief tour. My business due calls upon me, so I would give you a general idea. I could perhaps lead you all to the Blue Water Inn Tavern, where I imagine you all will be staying. It's a very nice place. Some of the best food you can find in Barovia, from what I've heard. As for anything that you all would like to do in the town, I could possibly help you find that, but I would prefer to just lead you to the inn and go about my business. I would love to treat you all to dinner later tonight, and I believe, if I remember correctly, I think the time is around like 3 p.m. when you guys enter Milwaukee.
I would like if you fucked off.
As much as I would want to help you, I do not.
I will take a free dinner later.
Wonderful. I think we can all meet at the Blue Water Inn around, say, 7, I suppose would be good.
Sure, see you around sunset, homie.
Very good.
Before he leaves, I ask, where is it?
Well, I'd be happy to show you the way there. It should be a fairly quick walk. I'll be happy to lead you there and then take my leave upon arriving there.
Is it like a soft timeline? Like, you know, a 30-minute buffer?
Oh, this will be no more than a 10-minute walk. This is not a large town.
Oh. Even though it's a mile long?
Yeah, that's not very long. Is
To
that long?
walk a mile?
I thought this was the biggest whole thing in Barovia.
Yeah, maybe that's right. Let me look at distance here.
It takes like 20 minutes to walk a mile.
Does it? I've never
Yes,
timed it.
Yeah, thank you, Rouse. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
You're making me doubt mile walking.
Uh-huh.
You guys are all adventurous. You're fit, ready to have a nice
We
little
love to
village.
walk.
I fucking love walking, dude. Let's power walk.
Okay, while we're walking to the stables, I'm gonna ask directions for a couple different places. If you want to just mark them on the map.
Very good. Are you asking Vasily?
Yeah.
Or are you just stopping random people?
No, I'm asking.
He's asking me.
I want to. Yes, I'm asking both Frederick and Vasily at the same time.
Very good.
Could either of you let me know where one would find a general store?
Ah, yes, a general. Well, he looks at you, and then he looks at Frederick, and he's like, "Are you asking Frederick or me?"
I just
Press the
angrily
answer.
sneer.
Yes, well, I believe the good people in the stockyard do run a general store. I'm sure they'd be able to sell you some items that you're after. The stockyard is just right up ahead down this road here, and he points down the road. And I assume at this point you guys are walking while you're talking. I assume he's trying
Correct.
to lead you.
Yes.
Stockyard's right here.
Okay. Cool. And how about a blacksmith?
Well, blacksmith. I suppose this isn't a very there's no well-established blacksmith in this town. Really, in all of Barovia, no one's very good at it. But I suppose the person that you want to find is the metal worker, and
I'm not so much interested in the person as in his equipment.
He's right here, the metal
Okay.
worker.
Beautiful.
Here, wait, let me give it a different color for metal worker.
Hmm.
He says that when he's gonna hit on him.
I inquire about moon pies for my elven friend here.
Start sweating.
Do you have any moon pies for sale in this fine town?
Moon pie, you say? What's a moon pie?
Yeah,
Never heard of
it's, it's like one of those pies that the old ladies give you. In the cart?
The old ladies.
Yeah.
The old ladies with the cart. I don't know if you've ever seen.
You're missing
Old
out.
ladies.
If you ever see one, you should really try one.
I am itching my arms. Last question. Stables.
Stables. Well, I suppose you could possibly inquire at the stockroom to stable anything. Why? I don't believe you all have horses.
That's the problem.
Horses are good.
Oh, I see.
My friend here recently became adept at mounted combat. But unfortunately, she's never ridden a mount before, so we gotta get her one.
She's very adept at it.
I'm very adept. A bird taught me it in my dreams, you know.
I
Very
nod.
Very good. So I would literally talk to the same guy at the general store. Is what you're saying?
They could perhaps. I believe they could have horses for sale.
How many
Otherwise, I'm
horses
sure that
do you own, Vasily?
Do I? Oh well, you see.
May I have a horse?
Hey, hold on a second, Emma. We'll
Okay.
get to that bit where we ask for things later.
I mean,
Very well.
we did introduce him to Bob,
That's true.
Disco
Yes.
Bob, or whatever the fuck her name is
Lady
now.
Bob.
Bob.
We're really doing him a service here.
The Honorable Lady Bob.
Babatha. Named after the ancient goddess.
Beautiful name.
Well, at any rate, I'd be happy to show you along the way now.
I love this guy. Which one's the inn? Is it this one in the middle?
Oh, the inn. Yes, I'll show you. We'll get to the inn eventually, but it's just about the center of town.
I think our guide is drunk.
The Blue Moon?
I think so too. That might just be the
Blue
DM
water.
though.
Blue Water. Okay.
One and the same.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, cannot drink. I'm on some medicine. Let's circling. That's the inn. Boom.
Alright, anyone else have any other business that they're gonna have to take care of and need directions to?
Any points of interest? Other than the three? Other than the three you just showed us?
Points of interest? Well, I suppose we'll be passing by the town square. It could be quite interesting there.
Okay. Thanks.
Alright. Anyone else have any other questions before we arrive?
No.
Nope, that's it.
Alright. Very well then, says Vasily. I shall be happy to show you to the stockyard if you'd like first, or I can show you all the town square as I mentioned, or we can go straight to the inns.
You've marked it off on our map, but we can make our way there. We don't want to waste any of your time.
Very good. Fantastic. I'll head on over to my appointment then. I wish you all the best of luck in your travels, and Lady Oh, excuse that was the DM's fault.
Oh my
Lady Bob-
god.
Lady Babatha, it's been a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I hope that you find what you're looking for in the lock. And Irina just smiles at him and says, "Thank you, Mr. Vasily, that's very kind." And Vasily waves to you all and says, "I shall take my leave," and he strolls off.
Okay.
I
So
nudge Jimothy and say he's gonna go meet Strahd. It's his important date. What do you
What?
think?
What do you mean by that?
You know what I mean. Don't
Pretty
trust
malicious thing to
anybody.
say.
You know what? I send my raven after him, very secretly.
You send your raven after him?
Yeah, I'm tailing this dude.
Okay.
Hey,
Your
maybe I
ghost
could.
raven?
Maybe yeah.
What's the range on your ghost raven?
Please hold. Some distance. Continue talking. I'll figure it out.
He seemed like a delightful young man.
Maybe I could get some dirt though.
Was he
I
young?
like him.
Was he young? Yes, he's young.
How young?
He looks
Give
to
me a
be
number here.
Is he
to
young,
be-
dumb, and hung?
looks to be in his late
Beat me
20s.
to it, lady. I was about to say the same shit.
100
Oh,
feet.
Babatha.
How old's Bobatha? Bobatha is 20-ish.
Okay. So that means that you cannot use your crow to tail him. Raven, pardon me.
Why? Because
Why?
he's old?
No, because it's a 100-foot radius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. Damn. Anyway,
Because he's old.
because he's old. He has
Raven
an
does not like
anti-raven barrier.
Okay, so we're at the inn. Somebody should go reserve us a room.
You guys, okay, hold on. I have a different board for the end.
Oh, Pog.
Oh, I should turn a fucking.
I was about to say, we should split up and search for clues.
Jinkies.
Someone should handle the inn thing, and they should chill with Bobatha in the middle of town where it's the most safe. And then somebody else, probably 2 other groups, have to go do errands before we meet this guy for dinner.
Wonder what's for
I
dinner.
I have to go smith a thing or something.
Yeah, you need to go to the forge.
I thought I put the guys on there. Oh well.
I have to go tame a giant lizard.
Oh, yeah.
Giant
Okay, so
lizard.
I need to go to the store. So does Lady. So that's one group. Jimothy needs to go to the.
Isn't that
Maybe
the
we all
store
go
too?
to the inn first. No, he needs to go to the forge.
The smithy.
Yeah. Let's get this shit settled before we head out. There's like a bunch of black bars on here. We're gonna get attacked.
I don't remember why.
You
but I
don't
just
know
I need to
that.
go there.
Yeah, what are you doing there?
Whatever it is not in my inventory, so somebody needs to give it to me.
What
Yeah,
is-
who has the busted up silver short sword?
Not I.
You remember that shit.
Hey, I have Trog's old gear that he threw on the ground.
What's my old gear? What did I do?
I don't know. It was he threw it on the ground. It was like from the burned place, the burned up house.
Oh, I thought you meant like gear as in like
no,
clothes.
no, like an actual gear.
Gotcha. I was like, what?
Well, somebody has it.
That's all I've got.
Okay, I have the
Adventures.
silver short sword.
There you go.
So you
Alright.
should go with me
Sounds like a date.
Oh,
to the smithy.
And then Peepaw should come with us because we're gonna need somebody who's charismatic.
true. Just soothe the traitor.
Do you guys want to do that right now? Do you want to send Jimothy and Frederick off to the smithy, and the rest of you inquire about rooms?
Yeah, that's probably right.
Goodbye, gentlemen. Have fun.
I
Alright.
depart.
So we'll start with the inn, and then we'll do a meanwhile for Jimothy.
We gonna get complicated here.
Splitting the group. We're gonna die.
This is where the big boys start.
This
Young
is how you
female
stretch
knights.
out 20 minutes
What's
of content.
Filler
Great.
episode.
Yo, is
When-
there a beach room?
Yeah, when's the beach episode?
I don't know if the beach in this place would be very nice.
I think I might have hit it.
Yo, imagine a vampire at a beach.
I feel like the beach would try to drown us.
I'll move it back when the sun comes out.
Probably.
Anyway,
Right a crack.
Yeah, anyway, mother, I'm DMing.
Hello?
Can you fuck off?
Trying to kill this stupid elf.
Hasn't worked so far.
Okay.
I need to
Gotten
steal
close.
more of your gear.
It's gotten really close.
I mean, you had fallen unconscious several times. I think
I
myself
got
as well.
Karate chopped by a god.
Feels bad.
Did you try to seduce him or no? I can't remember.
Strahd?
Yeah,
Hmm.
Oh, I have not tried to seduce Strahd yet.
that was your first mistake.
He's got another thing coming.
Well, that's why he karate chopped you.
He was offended.
He's been watching you try to
That's
seduce all
right.
these men.
You've been humping all these people,
And
but
you
not
didn't even
him.
Try him.
I was nervous.
It's really an insult.
I wish we had the orb still so I could talk to him and say sorry.
That's why he's the antagonist right now.
That's my bad, guys.
No,
Alright.
it's okay. I destroyed your one communication line to him, so I'm sorry for that.
Yeah,
My
no more
boyfriend
flirting
anymore.
for you.
Rest in peace, cell phone.
Don't worry, if if it's fate, then we'll see him again.
Can guarantee you that shit. Alright. We walk in. What do I see?
You see a lively tavern. You see
Wow.
a group of 4 people at one table. You see a group of 3 guardsmen on the side. You see a group of 4 people with a man wildly gesticulating and very passionately talking to some people. And you see 2 hardened-looking men, look like they know the wilderness well, sitting at the bar. And you see 2 little kids, kind of like trying to look like they're hiding at the end of the table, listening to the man telling a story. And as you walk in, the man's telling a story, and he says, "And that is when the person soon knew that they have stepped into a location of ill repute. As they opened the door, they could hear the cackling of the witches, and the grinding of the millstone, and the smell of death. And the person turned around and ran as fast as they could, and what was never heard from ever again." And then everyone at the table is just like, "Ooh."
Ooh.
And you see the young boys turn to each other and start whispering.
Did the young boys piss their pants?
Roll insight.
Alright.
It would be perception.
Perception.
I need die.
Where's me die?
Yeah. Where's me 20?
Let me throw down 20 real quick.
I check with my flaming blue eye if the children have indeed pissed their pants. Not 20, baby.
You stare intently at their crotches and you see that they're very dry.
Oh my god.
Why would you roll a 20 for that?
That's what I get from my nat 20? Not even a tinkle? Not even like they
You're
didn't.
not gonna change reality.
Yeah.
Boo. Not even like they didn't shake before they finished? Alright, that's fine.
But you can, okay, I'll give you this. You hear what they're saying and they say,
Oh.
that must be, do you think that's the windmill he's talking about? And the other one says, I don't know. Brom, maybe we should go and try to save those people there. And that's all you hear from there.
Jesus
Oh.
fucking side quest. Anyway, I picked
Pog.
Peepaw up by the waist and put him on the stool.
See, that wasn't totally useless.
That was good.
Is the bartender free? I suck at flagging down bartenders.
Is the bartender a giant? What is going on?
Yeah, she's
She's a big lady.
She's
No,
just,
she's 10 feet tall. It's
She's
fine.
10
She's
feet
big
tall,
bone.
and the
She gives
patrons
this place character.
are shorter than Peepaw.
Is she a bow-legged woman?
yeah, I should have scaled you guys down more. Like, I want you guys to, like, fit to the chairs, but you guys
She's
are not
big
fitting to the
boned.
chairs. You guys, these are all regular sized people.
Okay.
Everyone's a regular size.
She could be a bouncer too.
Except for Peepaw.
This isn't like a gnome village.
She looks at people and she says, "My goodness, you're so adorable. Look how small you are."
Its
Peepaw
height
says,
isn't.
Thank you.
Very well. What can I get you? Would you like some hot chocolate, little one?
Little one.
Peepaw would prefer something harder.
Harder? Very well. I can get you some wine.
Great.
Let's see. Which vintage would you like? Let me just try to recall the different vintages we offer.
Please hold.
Well, you see, we can offer you Purple Grape Mash number 3 or Red Dragon Crush.
Oh,
2 kinds of wine.
what a fine selection. You know,
You couldn't remember those two? This is the worst bartender ever.
What were our
Two
2
wine
drinks
flights.
again?
Whatever is a wine flight. I assure you that our wine is very much non-magical and cannot fly off by itself.
The cultural misunderstanding, ma'am. Are you the one I talked to about the renting of rooms?
Ah, yes, of course. Well, I'd be happy to help you. How many rooms would you all like?
2.
2 rooms. Very good. Yes, that will be fine. A bed for the night costs 1 gold piece.
Can we afford that? How much money do we have?
I got 12 on me.
Yeah,
Damn!
Well,
Yeah, we're rich.
I guess. I don't
Be
even know
around
what
like
gold
this,
is.
what I think.
nope.
Okay, well, at some time we're gonna have to talk business about how expenses work, but now's not the time. I slammed 2 coins on the table, and I'm like, we'll have 2 rooms tonight.
Very well. May I ask where you all come from?
No.
Thank you, Dad.
Thank you, Dad.
I
You're
see.
welcome.
Well, I'd be happy to put you all up. The rooms are. If you go outside, you'll find the staircase outside, and that will lead you to the rooms. As for
The staircase is
now.
outside?
Yep.
That's wild. Alright.
you can
Yeah,
also
like
go.
how it works in Oblivion.
Oh,
It all comes back, baby.
I guess.
And The Witcher, bro. Remember that inn?
Vaguely.
I remember that.
Remember that one inn? That one inn in that one town?
Yeah, from The Witcher 2, bro.
From that one game?
Yeah. The town with the Kraken in it. You guys know what I'm talking about. How much would it be for a round for me and my 3 thirsty companions?
I'd say a round for the lot of you would cost. How many are you again? 6?
How much is chocolate milk?
2 of
That's
us are in
4.
here. It's 4.
4? That would be 4 silver pieces for the good wine.
What about
Or-
chocolate milk?
2 silver pieces for the fine wine. Chocolate milk? Chocolate milk will be 1 copper piece.
Oh, that's cheap.
Okay,
Get hype.
That's right. What a bargain.
4 of the good stuff, please.
4
Wait,
of the
what's
good
better,
stuff.
good or fine? I already forgot.
Good. Good is the best stuff. That's our superior Red Dragon Crush wine.
Yeah, 1 Dragon Crush wine for me and my homies here. What is the exchange rate between silver and gold? This is a
100
DM question.
100 silver pieces equals 1 gold piece.
Jesus, now I gotta do conversions.
I just looked at my sheet. I don't even think I have gold.
You start out with.
I guess, I don't know. Maybe.
Oh wait, no, I do because of my background. You
Yeah.
might not.
You
Yeah,
guys are all nobles.
I'm not a noble.
I don't even know where I'm
That's
from.
my background. I'm a folk hero.
So am I.
How much did that cost me? 4? 4 silver?
4 silver for the lot of you.
96.
Hey, but I got chocolate milk. That's 1 copper.
She's also getting wine.
Oh my god.
Mix
And
them.
the exchange rate is the same between silver and copper as it is between gold.
Correct.
God. I've got all this fucking copper pieces, bro. It's fucking jingling all over the place because you had to have a fucking chalky milk.
Don't worry. It'll pay off soon.
What does that
will.
mean?
I hope you're excited. I'm excited.
I'm not.
Is she lactose intolerant? Is she just start farting?
Oh, also we're hungry. Do you happen to serve food here?
Yes, of course. We have some of the best food you can find in Barovia.
What's the specialty?
Specialty for the day will be roast pheasant.
4 roast or well,
Wow.
how much?
That
How much
sounds
pheasant to a person?
very rich.
How much would it cost for the roast pheasant meal? Well, today it is 3 silver pieces for the dinner entree.
How many people does that feed?
1 person.
Okay, so I'll have 4 of those.
What's the cheapest food you have?
The cheapest food? Well, we could offer you a leg of pheasant for about, let's say we'll go for 2 silver pieces.
Can I get like some frozen bird?
Frozen bird. you
Yeah,
say.
frozen pheasant. Do I get a discount if it's frozen?
Unfortunately, we do not have the means to freeze food very efficiently here.
Okay, what about non-cooked?
Raw pheasant, you say?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could give me 50 copper pieces, and then you could go out back and wrestle the pheasant down yourself.
Okay.
And then cut off the leg, and then give me the rest of it.
Can you imagine going to a restaurant and being like, I want this hamburger not cooked?
I can do
No,
that.
I can't imagine that. Thanks for asking.
What?
Okay,
Also,
so we
I-
don't
Arian
drink.
remembers that Frederick demanded that he get some takeout for his boys.
Jerky. I gave you jerky.
That's
This is
true.
pathetic.
I nudge Anirian. Look at all the money I'm saving.
Okay, so I think this is as far as this is going, unless you've got some crazy DM shit where a Kraken's gonna come out. Skip.
I just
So,
want to
like-
confirm, you guys have ordered dinner.
Oh shit. He's gonna pay for us later. No dinner. My bad. Can we just
Oh,
pretend
yeah.
none of that happened? My character
Fuck, I
will
should have
remember
said
that.
anything.
He loves food and eating it, and he always remembered when free food is coming. So he would not have said any of that shit. It was out of character, my bad. Alright, skipping to Jimothy and Frederick.
I asked before we cut scene. Do you have any dream pastries here?
Shrimp pastries? I've never heard of that. What are those?
I don't know.
Guys, if you ever hear anything about it, find me.
Thank you. Are we drinking our drinks now?
And we're drinking our drinks.
Yeah,
I-
where are you guys sitting?
We're
Oh,
at the
shit.
bar.
At,
At the bar? There's only 3 chairs at the bar.
What are you
Oh,
talking about? There's 4.
there's
Oh,
4.
hey, look at that. There's 4 chairs.
Paw can just sit on the bar.
He's a bartender.
I guess we could go over to the table.
I
Yeah, we're private. We go to the table, right?
oh, all right. That's probably a good idea. I cast prestidigitation,
Prestidigitation.
whatever the hell that word is, on my chocolate milk to warm it up, and now it's hot chocolate.
The
Wow.
This gentleman walks up, and he goes towards an Aryan, and he says, "Ah, another elf I see. There's not many like us here. I'm glad to see you." And you look at him, and you can tell that he's a half elf.
How topical.
And he says, "Oh, what brings you to this land? May I ask your name?"
Well, may you?
My
What-
name is Rictavio.
Can I tell?
I'm
Hey,
an
if I should-
entertainer of sorts here.
I'm gonna have to roll perception. But can I tell what the kind of elf is that's the half?
Yeah, roll for perception.
Alright.
What do you mean, like dark elf?
Yeah, there's a couple different races of elf. And that's pretty much gonna dictate how I react to this gentleman. Total is 13.
13.
Not
You
that I
can't
feel
tell.
Not that I love half elves either.
He's definitely more human than elf, so it's kind of hard to tell what exactly variety of elf is.
Well, it sucks to be him. I don't like humans much either. I tell him that I don't really know how I got here.
Interesting. Interesting. There do seem to be many people like that in Barovia.
How did you
who
get to
come
be
and
here?
go. How did I get to be here? Well, I decided to come in. I've heard tales of Barovia myself, and as a traveling bard, I always wanted to come and experience it to see what it truly was like, and I wanted to see if I could bring some happiness to this land through my tales and fun deeds.
Do you know how to
Fun
leave?
deeds.
What was your question? Do I know how to leave? Yes. It seems very difficult to leave on your own accord. I know the Vistani are able to leave, but you won't find any Vistani in this town. They aren't allowed. There is a Vistani camp just outside the outskirts of town that you could go see. It's to the southwest, you could say. But as
Hold
for
on a
whether the
second.
Vistani will help you leave, I do not find it likely. They are very cagey and have been known to try to trick people into thinking they would help them leave, but ended up not helping.
Is this, by the way of describing it, do I know whether this is the camp we already went to, or a different one?
By the way he's describing it, you know that Barovia lies southeast So you know he's describing a new camp because he said southwest.
Okay, cool.
I ask why he's wielding a torch.
That's just his character model.
Oh, okay.
He's just he's dressed he's dressed colorfully, and he has a pan flute on his side.
Oh,
Good for him.
a musician,
so I nudge Peepaw, and he takes out his map, and I have the gentleman mark down on the map where this camp is.
Sure. He
Only
marks
to
it
me.
down, and I'll circle it when we get back to the Locky Town map.
Great. I offer this man a drink.
Oh, thank you. It's very nice to have travelers who are so kind. I appreciate your
Is
goodwill.
there somebody walking around with drinks, or do I have to yell at the barmaid?
You have to yell at the barmaid.
Hey, yo, ma!
She looks at you and says, "What's that about?"
One vino, please. Or Favre.
Very well. Is that? I assume you want the Red Dragon Crush.
Yes, please.
Rictavio gleefully claps his hands and says, "Oh, thank you."
I asked what he was talking about earlier.
That was a tale. One of the many tales I tell. Only this tale originated in Barovia, unlike some of my other tales.
Where are you from originally?
Originally, I traveled around here and there. I didn't stay in one place for too long, as any good bard should.
You know.
Oh, he's a bard. I guess that makes sense. What with his pan flute?
Dressed colorfully.
Our homie Peepaw here is a bard.
Oh, you don't say. He turns to look at Peepaw. He says, "Pray tell, Master Peepaw, would you perhaps like to play a tune with me on some occasion?"
Gonna have to have some more wine first.
I know the feeling well, Peepaw.
I asked if who's over there choking on their drink. I know the Heimlich.
Everyone's fine.
Okay.
At any rate, Rotavio eventually Danica comes over and he takes a few sips and he says, at any rate, thank you for your kindness with this wine. I hope to see you again at some point in town. But for now, I shall go and regale these good people with more of my tales. Have a pleasant evening to all of you."
Yeah, pleasure meeting you. As soon as he's out of earshot, I was like, fucking pointy-eared bastard. Humans,
Rude.
fucking elves. Fucking disgusting.
Alright. That's pretty much what occurs. You guys just hang out now. And then we can cut to Frederick and
Before we cut, I cast whatever the hell that's called again on Rictavio's pants to make it look like he pissed himself. Okay, scene.
Excuse me?
You can
Press-
instantaneously clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot. I have soiled his underwear. Scene.
just his underwear.
Just his
Do you
underwear.
know that you did that?
I don't know. I guess he
Do
should.
that stealthily.
He
Can
should.
you make anyone poop their pants.
He should
Joe?
roll for perception.
It's rather hard to cast magic stealthily, but I suppose
I did it while he was walking back to his seat.
roll some perception here.
Yeah, does that spell make a loud fart noise? Like, what's going on?
You cast the spell, and Octavio suddenly looks very confused and kind of like gently touches his side where his underwear is, and looks at you, and furrows his brow, and looks a little upset.
I wink my blue eye.
You're fucking weird.
You know, I spent money on this guy to make him like us, and then you just do that.
Hey,
shit, bro.
I'm trying to cheer you up. I shout
Yeah,
across
I
the
don't think that
table.
guy's gonna talk to you ever again.
Who are you saying that to, lady?
Anirian.
Anarian, okay.
I shout very loudly, drunk off my hot chocolate.
You're definitely drunk at this point.
What kind of Baileys did they see?
I'm gonna
Alright,
take a
before we
look.
can get in more trouble, we should skip to the gym.
Yeah, scene.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
scene.
please.
But before we cut, let me take a look.
Before lady thinks of something else.
You know, I'm trying to stretch this content out.
Remember
So-
the last town where there was like an angry mob, and only by like someone we've befriended, you know, sticking up for us, were we able to not have to murder a bunch of villagers or be murdered on a pitchfork?
You don't know what his fetishes are.
Say that you need to stop assuming that people have pee pants fetish.
Well, you never know. This is kind of a strange land. I'm sure they have strange customs.
Saying, let's just not work from the assumption that everyone has that fetish.
I'll think about it.
Okay, thank you.
So,
Joe leave?
Frederick,
Yeah, he said he had to get up to do
Yeah.
something.
I know that you're like really good at negotiating, but for this errand, we're not going to be negotiating. So, I would really appreciate it if, you know, like.
You telling me I shouldn't threaten to kick this dude in the ribcage?
Well, I mean, it's not so much that as like,
Frederick, we're being oppressed.
you know, this is a new place, and like, I don't want to be embarrassed, you know.
I embarrass you.
No, I mean, I wouldn't say embarrassed. It's, you know, it's just like, how do I put this? Like, you know how like when things happen around you and it stresses you out.
I'm back.
Welcome
Yes.
back.
It's like that. So, I'll just go ahead and like do the thing. You can give me the sword, and I'll try and take care of it. And you can, you know, appreciate the forge or something.
Wow.
I'll give you the sword, and I'll watch, and I'll see what happens.
Ah, shit. I need to
Okay.
save that.
Oh, shit.
Great. I look forward to seeing you watching what happens.
Joe, can I argue with you?
Yeah.
No.
So I was thinking, what does an expensive glass of wine cost to you?
Bro, I can't believe
I-
chocolate
I
milk
don't
is
like-
1 copper.
I haven't bought a glass of wine for myself in my entire life.
Okay, well, let me just say that if
I can tell you I've spent on box wine.
if I was at a restaurant, if I paid $10 for a glass of wine, I would think, whoa, this better be some good wine.
This price, by the way, you're arguing with is in the book, not me. So
All right,
You
well,
can
I'm
argue.
arguing
Is
with
the
book
chocolate
now,
milk
and I'll
in
be
the
done
book?
soon.
hot chocolate I made up.
Alright.
If I was staying in a room,
Actually, it
and
was chocolate
cost
milk.
10 times a glass of wine, $100 a night, I would think, wow, this must be an incredible fucking room. And I know that this isn't going to be an incredible room, Joe. And it's also going to cost not 10 times more than a glass of wine here. It's going to cost 33 times more than a glass of wine here. That's the end of my point. And this room is going to suck.
You don't know that. We're only getting 2 rooms, right?
There better be a fucking jacuzzi. Yeah, there's going to be 2 rooms.
For what?
One for boys, one for girls.
How many of us? 6?
6.
Alright.
But Peepaw and Jimothy don't take up a lot of room, so
Alright.
it'll be fine. Actually, it's going to be the girls and Peepaw.
I was gonna say, yeah, we just get a room to ourselves. Pop. Peep on the hose.
That's what people like.
Alright. Thanks for allowing me that detour. I'm done.
Very well. All right.
Very
we
well.
We cut to Jimothy and Frederick walking down the street to the blacksmith. or where they pointed out the steel worker. Upon arriving, you see that this isn't. Well, as travelers of the outside world, you have been to blacksmiths as adventurers, but you can tell this isn't really a typical blacksmith. This actually looks like a very run of the mill, not very exciting place where someone does steel work. And they look like they're passable at the work they're doing, but they definitely don't look like an expert blacksmith.
Okay. We
Wow.
enter.
All right, you walk in. The guy doesn't even so much as glance at you. He just continues banging away at the metal he's working on.
Okay. I approach him and say, "Hello."
What do you want?
We have a weapon here that I would like to fix. So, if it's possible, do you mind if I could use your forge for like a bit?
He as soon as you say this, he stops mid hammer blow and turn around and says, "You want to use my forge?"
Yes.
He turns and looks at he looks at Frederick. He says, "You want to use my forge?"
Yeah. I do.
50 silver.
I roll perception and look around. I want to see like how nice this forge is.
Go ahead, roll perception.
Where's me die?
I just want to express how much appreciation I had for your acting.
So
Every
13.
time Timothy says anything, it's fucking amazing.
It's a 13.
It's a 13. You look around and you can tell this isn't the nicest forge you've been in. But it looks like a forge. It looks like you could get work done.
From living in the world, does Trog have any sense of what this price would be?
Trog does not usually have experience in renting out forges, unfortunately.
Does
Okay.
Jimothy?
Jimothy has an innate sense of how to do metalworking, but fairies typically do not forge things very frequently. So Jimothy, unfortunately, does not have a very good sense of how
Never forge
the
and
rate for
school?
renting a forge.
What's
Well, can
this?
you-
What's this guy's name?
We
You
haven't
haven't
asked
asked
yet.
What's your name?
Rolf.
All right,
course.
hold on a second. I pulled
Kid-
Jimothy aside. I'm like, hey, we're gonna haggle this motherfucker. I'm not paying 50 silver for this.
Okay.
Can they roll insight to see if he's trying to trick them into paying way too much?
Yeah, I thought that happened.
That's like an
Alright,
intentional.
which of us has more insight?
I also raised the point of this thing we're trying to fix. Is that even worth half of what he's asking
That's
for?
what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
This
don't
guy's
know.
crazy.
A silver
Probably
sword?
not.
Are you?
I can
Is
melt
it a
these
s- I
silver
couldn't
coins into a new
remember.
sword.
We combined, we could not afford a silver sword. If we pulled all of our money,
I don't think I
think-
have any money.
if I was there, I would be shaking you by the collar, saying, "You just pay the man.
You just
We
pay
can-
the man.
Just pay the man."
All right, Jimothy, how's your insight looking? How insightful you feeling
Zero.
right now?
My
Zero.
insight is
I will
zero.
roll insight.
Dang.
I look into his eyes. 18.
18. You can tell he's probably trying to haggle you.
Fucking Rolf.
All right.
Colorful local behavior.
All right.
He's
Yeah.
he's a
Just-
townie.
Yeah, he's just trying to scam the
I'm
tourists,
gonna
you know.
roll persuasion.
Yo, give me a persuasion.
You and I both know that we can use this forge for a little cheaper. I roll a 6. You and I both know that I can use this forge a little cheaper than you're letting on.
Rolf looks at you and he just grunts and says, "You look like you were dropped in a forge when you were a baby."
Ooh.
It's all yours, Timothy.
Wow. You just walked off and left me.
Dad leaving the
with
child to
this-
finish the negotiations.
with this large man.
He turns at you and he kind of like straightens himself up to make himself look bigger.
Does he have any, wait, hold on. Does he have any guards in here?
Oh my
Hard.
god.
Do I have to roll
poor.
an intimidation check?
It's 50 silver.
Or,
Give him the money.
We have no say, Slag. We're not there.
What kind of heat is he packing right now?
What kind of heat? He's holding a blacksmith's hammer in his hands.
And Arian is just sitting there fuming, and he has no idea why.
You can tell that he looks a little muscular working with steel.
alright. I kind of put my arm out in front of Frederick. Like, it's fine. 50 silver is fine. Nothing wrong with 50 silver. That's probably a fair price. Just give me the weapon that we want to repair, and I'll go ahead and repair it. So
I
go
give it
ahead
to Timothy, and I walk at the door, and you can hear me, like, just very lowly growling.
Does he see that it's a silver sword?
Yeah, when he sees that it's a silver sword, his eyes bulge a little bit. And you can tell he's a little upset now.
And I say, thank you, Mr. Rolf.
Mr.
Get on with it, I don't have all day.
Yeah, thanks, Rolf.
I get to work with my forging. Is this something I have to focus on, or can I look at what he's got while I'm doing it?
You have to focus on it.
Okay.
How fucked up is this sword? I don't remember. Is it like bent or is it broken?
It was Ben.
How badly are we talking here?
Should have just paid
Um,
him to do it.
Put an angle on it.
Yeah, I'd say it's like a.
He would have charged a lot more for that.
I guess so.
I'd say it's like an 80-degree angle.
Ebro.
Crazy.
Whew, it's a fucking boomerang now.
Alright, since I'm using the proper tools, do I have to roll for anything? Or is it just something I can do?
What's the name of the tool you're using?
Crafters, right?
Yeah, crafter's tools, I think. Stone cutting? Is that it?
No, stone cutting is your ability.
Okay.
Look at your character sheet.
5e
Proficient in smith's tools.
Smith's tools. Here we go.
Items, Smith's tools.
I shouldn't be looking at this, but it's probably that middle one, right? Maybe a little
Arcana.
less difficult.
I'm looking at repair. Yeah, and you're basically repairing it.
Yeah, but not like a full suit of fucking armor.
Alright, roll me a d20, do you get advantage for your background rails? I don't even remember.
He has proficiency, so he gets the +2.
Cool. Alright.
And then I want to say that he gets something. One of his attributes apply to it because I get dexterity for my leatherworking and my thieves tools.
Sure.
Doesn't happen to say because this shit doesn't come up when other people play this game. You could reasonably call it strength, and then he would still get 0, right?
Yeah. I'd say for the sake of making it interesting, I'm gonna say it's Constitution.
Alright. That's nice. Well, that makes a lot of sense. A lot of, sitting in front of a hot fire, it's basically an endurance test.
Yeah. Plus, he should be a dwarf, so he's a dwarf.
Okay.
Should be doing this.
So what am I
Okay.
going to add to my roll?
So, +2 for your proficiency, and then whatever your constitution bonus is.
It's +3. so you get +5.
Okay. 12 plus 5 is 17.
Oh yeah, you repair the shit out of that thing. It takes an hour though.
Okay.
So it took you about like 5 minutes to walk over there, and now it's like 5:05.
Marvel.
Now you have a new silver. I believe it was a short sword. Is that correct, guys? I might
Yeah,
have
the
made
short
it.
sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've already left him the. What did I do? Give him a gold coin, and then he gave me change.
Yeah, you gave 50 silver pieces back.
Okay. Guess I. Thank you, Mr. Rolf. I must say, you have a wonderful forge.
Ugh. Thank you, lad. You're quite good with a hammer there. If you ever decide not to be an adventurer, I'd possibly think about taking you on as an apprentice.
I nod and extend my hand to shake.
He reaches out and he shakes her hand with a very firm handshake.
Right. It kind of hurt a little bit. I leave.
Does he have like a rack of weapons chilling somewhere?
No, he does not. You can tell he's just kind of like a glorified handyman for the town. Just kind of like
Makes
works on
fucking
metal stuff.
nails and horseshoes and shit.
Man, whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that if I could look around while I was working.
You do see like a weapon. Like there's one pike, and you notice that it's a pretty similar pike to what the guardsmen use. So you can ascertain that he probably makes the guardsmen's pikes, but he doesn't have spares lying around. Besides the one.
Alright.
Okay.
Do we need anything
yeah.
else, like a hammer or some shit? I guess not.
Trog, are you trying to get any different kind of weapons? Because we could, Jimothy could probably buy raw materials from this guy and make weapons for you.
I mean, all I'm really using is
Give
like
it
a
enough
short
time.
sword and my fist.
Well, now you have the
Yeah,
silver
you're about to
sword
get a
too.
silver one.
Yeah, I guess I don't need anything.
Oh, you guys don't have a sheath for it. Would blacksmiths have that? You probably need a leather worker. You probably need me.
That we probably find that at the general goods store.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, I don't ask about the pike because it doesn't look interesting.
I was gonna fuck with this dude, but
I think that went pretty amicably. Thank you for not embarrassing me too much.
alright, off we go. Back to the
Yeah,
inn.
return to the inn.
Fucking Rolf.
Rolf was a good guy. He was a rough exterior with a heart of gold.
Heart of shit.
Alright, you guys head back to the inn. You guys meet back up with your friends.
Giants walk in.
B5
Hey guys.
I was gonna cast an illusion spell that made all of his weapons look like they were broken, and then leave.
Wow.
Why wouldn't you just break them and leave?
That's a lot more effort. I can cast an AoE illusion that makes them all look like they're just fucked up.
Alright, does anyone have any other business to do before we wait for free dinner?
Irina turns and says to you guys, I was hoping to possibly visit the church. I was hoping to visit old Father, what's his name?
You know, we had a really bad experience with the church. I don't even want to go to one.
What was that guy's name at the other church we were at?
The big man. Father something.
That was Father Petrovich, if I remember correctly.
What's your opinion of Father Petrovich before I shit talking?
Father Petrovich is who she's hoping to meet.
Okay.
St. Andrew's
Oh my
Church.
god, spoilers, dude.
Donovich. Well, she's about to. I was as Irina. I was
Mm-hmm.
saying, I hope to see
Yeah.
Father
sure.
Petrovich. But Donovich is the one from Barovia.
Sucks, bro. Wait a minute, I forgot to get your opinion first.
Father Donovich did fall on hard times.
Sucks. Okay.
But at any rate, I was hoping to see Father Petrovich. I was possibly going to join his church and possibly become a nun there if I could not find another
What an
path.
excellent profession for you. Get ye to a nunnery. Do we have time before dinner?
We have about an hour. I believe the church is just down the road. It should be no more than
How
a
fucking long does it take people to cook?
15-minute walk.
Why don't we get you fed and then we can start your new career?
I'm getting
after
hangry.
that.
Fed, but we're supposed to meet. We're supposed to meet Mr. Vasily for dinner at 7.
Not in an hour?
It's 5:05.
Okay, we got tons of time. Alright, let's get ye to a nunnery. Anybody else want to come with? Okay, I guess
I'll go.
I'll chill with the shorties.
Yeah.
I also clear up this man's pee stain. It's gone now.
Okay, before I
Emily's
leave,
gonna
I go
forgive
over.
you.
I go over to the bar.
That's fine.
And
Sure.
I slide the lady a gold and say, "This is for my tab, whatever those motherfuckers at the table need."
Very good, Master Elf. I'll be sure to use this and account it to your tab.
Yes, Master Elf.
That seems kind of racist.
A little bit.
I dig it.
By the way, Frederick, you are in possession of the silver short sword now.
Sweet.
It just doesn't have a sheath.
You can wrap it in cloth or something.
All about
I've
cloth.
got all this. I open up my cloak. I've got all this fucking leather here, dude. I will make
Yeah.
you a sheath.
How
that
about
will
you
make
get on the
cry.
ground and start making me a sheath, bro?
Later.
Fuck
I'm
this
bored.
church.
Irina looks at you very questionably when you say this.
Okay, we head out over to the nunnery.
Alright, you guys get over to the church. This church looks much better than the previous church you saw, but it still doesn't look great. This slouching, centuries-old stone church has a bulging steeple in the back, and walls lined with cracked, stained glass windows depicting pious saints. A fence of wrought iron encloses a garden of gravestones next to the church. A thin mist creeps among the graves. And you guys just walk right in. You look and you see that the church is a very similar design to the church you saw in Barovia. You can see that there's
Screaming
standard
maniac in the
eyes.
basement too.
No, you don't hear anything like that. It's actually quite calm and quiet in the church. There's a few townspeople at pews kneeling down praying, and you see Father Petrovich at the far end. I'm pretty sure I have a Father Petrovich icon. Let's see video. Probably not. Yeah, actually, I don't think they ever give you a picture of him. You see a figure of a priest at the head of the church. And he turns and he looks and he squints. He says, "My goodness, is that you, Irina?" And she runs up and she says, "Father Petrovich, it's so good to see you again." And she says, "Oh, of course, my child. I'm so happy to see you healthy. I hope everything is well and your father and brother are in good health." And she lets out a deep sigh and she says, "Well, Father, I messed up that sentence. I don't want to say, 'Oh, Father, well, my father.'
Oh, father. Oh, fuck.
Padre
well.
is what you're looking for.
Oh, Father, my padre, unfortunately, passed away a few weeks ago, but I decided that I needed to leave Barovia. I needed a change. I was hoping to possibly move to Vallaki. It does seem like quite a nice place. For now, I'm living with these travelers in the Blue Water Inn. I was hoping perhaps at some point I may inquire to you about joining your church as a nun of some sort." And Father Petrovich says, "Of course, my child. I'd be happy to admit you're here." And she kind of like brings him closer and changes towards me. She says, "Father, I believe I've attracted the interest of the devil Strahd." And Father Petrovich winces and he says, "My child, I'm so sorry that truth is horrible if it's true. I can only hope that you will be safe in Vallaki. He really does not seem to have had a presence here for many, many, many years. It seems to be a place that is out of his sight. Ooh, thank you.
Until we roll up.
Very good. And Irina says, it's very good news, Father. Thank you. At any rate, I just wanted to pay you my respects and tell you how happy I am to see you. And he says, of course. And he turns to Frederick and Narian and says, well then, who are these wonderful travelers who were able to escort you from Barovia?
Narian, and this is Frederick. He's one of my merry men.
I'm a very merry man.
Father Petrovich looks at you and says, ah yes, quite. You're the picture of merriment.
I grab him by the shoulder and I say, while we're trying not to get our friend here, and I point towards Irina, in too much spotlight, so we've been calling her by Bobatha or Bingo Bob. And I would appreciate it if you would address her that way, friend.
Ah, Bobatha. Yes. Sir Bobatha was a great saint from the previous period. He was a very brave knight who slew many evil demons.
Yes, it's my favorite unisex name as well, Father.
You serious right now?
Well then, as far as I'm concerned, this is Bobatha standing right before me right now. And he gestures at Irina and she does not look happy about this. And she says, well then I believe we should head back to the tavern now.
I shake hands with the father, and I bolt.
As you guys step out, he says, I truly hope, it's very good to see new travelers, and I truly hope that you're here to bring good to Barovia.
You know it.
You guys head back to the inn. What time is it? In real life.
9:28.
9:30.
Let's call it here. Because
Okay.
I had
Alright.
some good notes, but I do not have my notes with me, so I'd rather just stop.
Alright,
All right.
that was tight. We got a lot of minutia out of the way.
Yeah, that was a good filler.
We got a
episode.
little bit more shopping to do, but no problem.
Not enough beaches, but you know.
Yeah. Next time, write in some beaches, Joe.
Yeah, Joe, you're really
I've
letting
got
us
one
down.
hell of a tankini I gotta show off next time.
And where's the Gundam titties?
Oh,
Yeah.
gun titties. Just you wait.
That's the true curse of Strahd.
Wait until Strahd just polymorphs into a pair of giant titties.
Giant titties.
It's immune to all damage. There's no way I can hit that. Hey, fucko.
Who's
You know,
fucko?
that- Frank.
Oh.
That's another cool pet name I have for her.
Does she respond to it?
She doesn't respond to anything. She's a dumbass. She's cute, though.
Yeah, she's super cute.
That's her job.
That's what matters.
You haven't posted Frank Petka in the minute. I encourage you to.
Just being a fucko.
Yeah, she's being a real
Fucko.
fucko right now. Alright.
Do y'all want to play any other games? Or are we good?
I would be down for a game of Red Dragon Inn.
Trog hasn't played that yet.
Oh, shit.
Right.
We could do all these
That's good.
games that we finally
We
had
want
people
Trog to
for.
play it.
Oh,
We
we're
do have
getting
to
more
introduce
tabletop?
Trog to GOG.
We don't have to. It was just a suggestion.
Don't sound too excited about
Yeah,
it.
he's got
I
Gundam.
was already booting up Gundam.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's been waiting to boot up Gundam. All right.
Trog, you're insatiable. Alright, everybody else will play.
Charg, you should stream gun him.
Okay, so everyone else will play except for Trog and Joe, who will
Well,
be
no, I'll be
pretending-
playing and I'll watch him.
pretending to be playing, and will instead be watching Trog play dungeons.
Joe would never do that. Why would you insinuate such a thing?
Let me get another piece of this cake though before we start.
What kind of cake?
It's basically just like a gluten-free brownie
Oh,
with some cream cheese frosting.
pawn.
Ooh.
It's real good.
You can't see,
Oh,
but
wow.
me and Elise are both nodding at each other right now.
I'll be
I'm
back.
gonna get myself some water too. I'll be back.
Okay.
Red Dragon in.
Is that what we're doing then?
Is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Nobody knows.
I don't know.
No one knows what we're doing.
Who knows?
Who knows? I just threw it out there. We don't even have to play anything.
Well, Slag sounded pretty excited.
He did.
Can you really afford to break his heart?
Hey. I just offered the idea.
I'm sad I didn't get to use my chronology on my
Smithing?
failures to Smith. I was hoping that would happen for comedic effect. And then I'd be like, see, that's why I held on to him.
Yeah, I'm just glad I made that guy piss his pants.